We're heading into a season now where you are going to be asked, do you truly believe everything that you thought you did? Do you believe that you are a limitless energetic being? Do you believe that you have the ability to manifest changes into your life? Do you believe that you can transcend death or that there is no death? Do you believe that there are aspects of you or star guides living in higher dimensional fields? And again, that you're multidimensional. These are the beliefs that you are going to be returning to and facing and being tested. Do you truly believe this? As the old realities crumble, you're going to start to realize that there is really no more safety in the old. The safety that was in the old was really a false sense of security. It served you from a lower vibrational timeline, but as those timelines start to collapse or continue to collapse, you're going to realize that there's no safety in the old systems. And really, you're probably experiencing right now some of the pain or the heaviness of the old systems actually starting to die off. And that includes like the medical and religious institutions and government, for sure. Those types of things are starting to really get wobbly and get shaky. And that's happening because you are being asked to bring your power back to your truth, to your knowing, to your beliefs. Do you truly believe that? Because a lot of the things, as they fall away, they're going to wobble you. And you need to be able to trust and to lean in to the knowing that you are a limitless, multi-dimensional being. When you remember that, you realize that death isn't as frightening as it once was. Medical situations aren't as controlling or as frightening as they once were, because now you start to become empowered. You start to be able to take control over your own health and the body that you manifest, right? And you start to have less reliance on those old systems. And as they continue to crumble, you're being asked, do you want to attach to the old and kind of go down with the ship? Or do you want to take your power back and rise like that hot air balloon, right? We just got to release the anchors or the ties to the ground, right, to the old, so that we could just simply rise up into the new. So that's what's happening right now. We are being just bombarded with this high frequency light, right? All the solar flares and things coming in, and it is shredding through, ripping through the density. And the density that was really rigid and immovable is starting to vibrate at a faster pace. And that energy is being alchemized, but we still have these beliefs that tie us to the old in terms of what made us feel safe, right? We always had external authorities that we were taught to lean on for some sense of confirmation or some sense of safety. That is starting to fall away. You are starting to awaken to the fact that you are the authority, that you came into this reality with everything that you need. It's been locked away in your DNA. You've been virtually separated from that information just because of a frequency gap. But now as you rise vibrationally into these higher frequency realities, that information unlocks from your DNA. Your DNA starts to activate and it starts to become available to you. That's exactly the thing that we've been talking about in my Anew You program recently. And by the way, if you want more information on my Anew You program, it is incredibly transformational. Been amazing results in the program. I'm going to leave a link in the description for a free masterclass. It's going to give you all of that information, so definitely check that out. So as you continue to rise vibrationally, information on how to become or how to be a multidimensional being starts to become known. It's like it frees up and it makes it up here to the brain, and you start to be able to perceive it. You start to be able to really remember it, and you start to be able to look in the mirror and realize, you know what, I am far more than I see physically. And you know it. You have this sense of knowing that reality is so much bigger than you've been led to believe. When you can lean into that and actually feel that, it makes it so much easier to create that space and become that observer as these old systems and structures start to fall away. Does it mean like these old systems are going to be gone, like the education system, right? The medical system, government, those types of things? They're not going to disappear, but what's going to happen is they're going to evolve. They're going to evolve into more of a supportive role not the controlling role. Okay? They are going to support you in ways that facilitate your expansion of consciousness. All right? That's what these systems were designed to do. But as the earth descended, the power was taken away from the people and placed in these institutions, and they became very controlling. So now everything is starting to wobble because of all the energy that we've been receiving and all the energy that you've been grounding and anchoring into your body and into the planet. These old systems, in the way they were set up to control, is no longer sustainable because you have made a choice to take your power back. You cannot be controlled easily like you were when you were vibrating at a lower, slower rate. Okay, so as we continue to take our power back, more of that information becomes available to us. The information that we brought in, right? Think about your Akashic records, right? We're always looking out there. I want to read my Akashic records. They're in here. They came in with you. You brought them in here, locked away in your DNA, waiting for the moment when they are triggered or released by a rise in frequency. So you attain a certain frequency and more information gets released. And because now your energy is moving faster and your channel, central channel, is clear because you've done the work to do the healing, the information becomes available to you in the now. You can perceive it, you can remember it, you know it, it's your intuition, it's your guides, it's all speaking to you. Okay? That happens and the old starts to fall away. Less reliance on the old systems, less reliance on the old timelines. No longer a need to continue to anchor into the old timeline. You are now elevating into new ones where you are more empowered and more in control and more conscious and more aware of where you are headed, which is to return to a multidimensional state of being, one that rejoins the amazing realities that have been locked away for so long. The old can't go with you, right? It's trying to go with you. That's kind of that weight, that pull you feel when the fear comes up, when the anxiety comes up, when you hear about maybe health insurance going up, or you hear about maybe it's hard to get a job, right? That fear comes up because you've been programmed to be so reliant on the external that once you realize that you are so much more capable than you thought, opportunities start to open up. Opportunities to start to take control over your physiology, over your energetic state, over your stress levels and your anxiety, right? You choose to feel safe instead of looking to the old for something to make you feel safe, right? You realize that you have safety within you all along. You realize that you have calmness within you all along. You realize that you have abundance and gratitude and love within you all along, and you know now that it's simply a choice to align with those things. When you align with those things, I think it's like tuning the radio dial away from the old, weak system into a powerful receiver of amazing high frequency light, high frequency energy. You tune into a greater reality. You tune into abundance. You start to reflect it. You start to manifest it, right? You start to reflect. You start to manifest health. You start to manifest gratitude and love. If it's a relationship you're looking for, right? It starts in here and then it reflects out there. So once you realize that, first of all, you've known that you're a limitless energetic being. You know that you're truly immortal. You know really that there's no death. Yeah, you haven't had a whole lot of validation, right? So again, you can maybe call it a belief, but something deep inside tells you that that's your truth. You know that. Once you start leaning into that, you're going to start to be able to detach from these old systems that are crumbling away. Okay, because you were told you needed them to survive. You have everything that you need in here. As soon as you start leaning into that and trusting it, the universe will provide you with whatever it is that you command. That's how this works. You heard of the law of vibration, the law of attraction, right? The law of abundance. These are just laws that are available to you. Not because you have to go out and seek it and get it, but because you are these things. And again, if you truly believe that reality is a reflection and that you're creating it, how can you not manifest these things or experience these things? Because they are part of you, right? So start trusting yourself a little bit more. Start realizing that when the pain comes up from some of that old stuff that's falling away, realize that that is no longer serving you, right? And that you don't need to be controlled by that anymore. You have everything you need in here. You just need to lean into it and trust it. And as you continue to do that, you will literally feel your energy start to flow. Your energy will flow. Your DNA will activate. You will unlock remembrances, amazing information, connection with your guides, your Akashic records. All these amazing things just start to come online. They start to just appear. The knowing, the knowledge, right? Not because you had to go get it externally, but because you simply detached from an old weighted anchor to an old reality and allowed yourself to rise like that hot air balloon into a reality where those things exist, where you can experience abundance, joy, gratitude, love, compassion. All of those things are there now because they are part of who you are. Lean into it, create that space, observe as the old falls away. It's a beautiful thing. Yeah, it can be scary, but it's an amazing thing to experience. That's why we're here. We're here to usher in a new earth. And in order to do that, you need to first become a new you. And as you learn how to live as that new you, new earth will begin to manifest right before your eyes. And again, if you want to learn more about my New You program, how I can help get you there and help you reawaken to all of that information that you have within, go ahead and click the link in the description for the free masterclass.